instructional video is going to help you understand how to use Silhouette Studio to create SGV files for cutting on a laser engraver. In this case, it is on an X tool. This particular example, we are going to have 2 layers. You can see here is what was actually cut on the laser engraver. This one does have a small mistake. I meant to engrave here, but I accidentally had it set to cut. For each layer of material that you're going to have, you will need to have a design. It's very important that each of these designs stay in scale with one another. So if you decided that you wanted your project to be larger or smaller, you want to make sure that you don't just select one and change the size. You would want to make sure that you select both and change the size. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to ever get them to match again. So I am going to hopefully go step by step through to show you how to work with Silhouette software. The first thing that we have to do is we need to come up with an idea for a design. In my examples today, I am going to work with Bigfoot. You don't have to work with Bigfoot, but you're welcome to work with Bigfoot. We can go to Google to start to find some images. And similar to the CNC machine working with Aspire, there are some images that work better than others. With line art, it is easier. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Google, and I am just going to search Bigfoot. And I'm going to go to images. And most of the images that I'm getting here would not be wise images to use. So I'm going to say Bigfoot, clip art, black and white. All right, so now we're talking about some better design elements. So let's say that maybe we wanted to do something similar to what we see here. So this particular image would probably trace very easy. So I'm going to show you how to do a trace of this. I'm going to copy the image. I'm going to come to Silhouette, and I'm going to paste the image. And then I'm going to use my trace tool. So the trace icon is the 5th tool down. I think it kind of looks like a butterfly. After you open your trace panel, I'm going to click Select Trace Area, and you're going to encompass the area that you want to trace. Now, if you have a good trace, you can go ahead and hit Trace. Everything that's yellow is what it's tracing. If I want to make some adjustments here, to try to get a better trace, I can. I think that looks pretty good, and I'm going to say Trace. And then I can move my design out of the way, my original clip art image, and here's what I got. Now, the particular image that I traced, we could make some layers out of this, and we could make some things work, but I personally think this one would be a little challenging. I feel like maybe I want to go ahead and see it in layers, but this one worked perfect to show you how to do a very simplistic trace. Now I'm going to go back to one that I found the other day. I'm going to copy this one in, and I'm going to do a trace on this one. And I'm going to take this particular image, and I am going to show you how to break it apart for a 2-layer piece. So first I have to think about what I want my layers to be. So I would like the forest to be the background, but I want this area hollowed out, and I want Bigfoot to be layer number 2. Right now, this is one image. So to break this image apart, I'm going to right-click and choose Release Compound Path. Now I have all these little tiny pieces, which in some cases is a bit of a nightmare. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Bigfoot and this inside piece of Bigfoot, and I'm going to group them together. So now this moves as one piece. Now I don't want to move that, so I used Control-Z or Command-Z on a Mac to put it back into place. And to zoom in, you can come up here, or on the PC, you can hold Alt and use your scroll wheel. To make things maybe a little more simplistic, some of these little dots in the trees, I'm going to go ahead and select those items, and I'm just deleting them. I want to make this image more simplistic to work with. I think I deleted something over here I didn't want to. Yes. Sometimes it's a little tricky to see what we have selected. So I'm selecting the vector, and I'm choosing delete on my keyboard. I can select the vector by clicking right on it, or by clicking and dragging. Now I don't want to take too much detail out of it. So like here was a click and drag, here's a single click. The reason I'm taking some of the tiniest pieces out is I think the laser engraver has the capabilities, but it does make quite a mess in the bottom of the machine, and just the increased time for what I think it would add to the design. And again, I'm leaving some chunks in, but it's just these tiniest ones that I'm getting rid of. All right. So I think we're pretty good. So to separate this out, this would be one cut, and Bigfoot would be one cut. And then I would place Bigfoot back on here after it was cut out. Now, we're not always going to go in right away and find a black and white file that we can trace. That's exactly what we want. So I am going to show you, I found this design. This is what I wanted to make, but I want to show you how this will trace. You're not going to get a good trace off of something that has this much color and variation in it. So remember, my trace, so you can already see kind of the craziness that we got. Doesn't really matter. What settings I start to adjust. This particular image just is not meant to trace. It doesn't work with the functions. So what we're going to do is we are going to see and talk about what shapes make up this file. So we have a footprint. So I need to find a footprint that I can easily trace. So this is the one that I picked. And I'm going to do my trace. And you can see here I get a much cleaner trace. But I need Bigfoot out of there. So that's where I'm going to right click, release compound path, and I'm going to delete Bigfoot. Now when I release that compound path, each toe is separate from the foot. And I want to make sure as I'm moving things around that I don't, accidentally separate a toe or accidentally only scale a portion of the drawing. So I am going to select everything and I'm going to do a right-click group. So as I look at this example, the foot has worked well. And now I want to find a Bigfoot. So let's see, I could use this Bigfoot. So I can actually copy this piece, bring it over and paste it. And I can flip it. There is a replicate panel, and the replicate panel allows me to mirror an object. So I now have my Bigfoot. Now I will have to consider how I want to work with the bottom. I need a tree. So I'm going to go back to my original. This is the tree that I copied when I was coming up with this plan. I think I did the center tree. So again, back to our trace panel, which is the butterfly. Select trace area. Trace. Drag the picture off. So this is all one piece. So we have Bigfoot, the tree, our footprints. We need a mountain. So right now we're gathering everything we need. And these were all originally copied from the internet. And I'm going to, I used this mountain the first time. I think I'm going to use this mountain. Select my trace area. And drag it aside. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what we actually need to do to start to make these pieces. And that will be in our next video. So in this video, I hope you got a good concept of how to copy and paste, how to trace, how to release the compound path so you could get rid of items if you wanted. That's what we did back here. Get rid of items that you don't want, and then come back and group everything back together.